Hold on, wait a minute. You thought I was finished? What's going on, everybody? It is a great Thursday. Happy Thursday. No, today is not Thursday. Today is Wednesday. See, you ever have one of those, days, like everything was going good, and then you have this conversation with someone that just gets on your nerves, and that's just what happened. And I'm trying to keep it focused and keep it going, but oh my goodness, I just had a conversation that just threw me all the way off. Today I have Coach A.M. Williams. He is coming to the stage. This is the virtual stage of IG Live, and we're going to talk about business. And business is one of my favorite things. I love business, all things business. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey, hey.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing? Well, I think I just heard how you doing. So let's see if we can pick it up.
Pick it up. You know, I have one of those days, and especially in business, right? I'm like, I had a conversation with a client, and we went over every detail, and then they said, well, we didn't discuss this, and we didn't discuss this, and we didn't discuss this. I was like, we had a whole meeting and discussed every single detail. See, but I digress because God is good.
Yeah, you just don't let people pull you in their story.
Yeah. It's going to be good no matter what. We just going to trust God. But hey, when it comes to business, these things happen, and that's what it's talking about, getting out of your way and stepping into the flow, because sometimes in business, it is not always easy, right? It's not always easy. So you start thinking, oh, maybe I'm not good enough. You start thinking about, maybe this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe this is not my calling. Yeah, it was all these different things and thoughts going on. So how do you get back into the flow? And that's why Coach A.M. Williams, the coach who's going to help us get back in the flow. Tell us all about that.
Oh, man. So, there are so many different things that, come up in business, relationships, people, like what you experienced today. But, one of the things that I have recognized in working with people over the last 15 years is how much we get in our own way. It's not somebody else getting in our way. It's us getting in our own way. And there are so many different ways that we actually get in our own way. And I'm looking forward to being able to discuss a few of those with you this evening. I'm pretty excited about it.
I'm excited too, because I think I'm one of those people that sometimes get in my own way, no matter what people think. Oh, you're confident, you're doing so many things. And I'm sitting here playing with this light. I'm sorry.
No problem.
You got something on your mind. He's like, I'm just going to play with the light, but I'm going to bring it all back in. But like you think everybody is confident, you're doing a lot, or I'm doing this. But sometimes you get to the point like, maybe I'm not good enough. Everything is not lining up the way I want it to line up. So instead of moving forward, you may do the things that are easy, or may do the things that like, all right, I'll do that. That's what I do for a living anyway. I'll just do that. And you forget to launch out and do bigger things. How do you get that part out of your way? How do you get that insecurities out your way? The things that aren't working right out your way?
Yeah, well, you just said a mouthful there. And, there are several different things just in what you just mentioned there. But one of the points that I'd like to address first is the dynamic of what you just spoke about, the way we think about ourselves. And sometimes the way we think about ourselves is actually being controlled externally by the way other people think about us. And when you are, whatever you do is impacted by the way other people think about you, what other people think about your results, or what other people say you should be making, then you give your personal power away. And so you're surrendering all of your personal power. You're giving it to somebody else. So one of the best things to do in processes like that is to regain your personal power. You have to take personal responsibility. Taking personal responsibility, that means taking full responsibility over the way you think about yourself, the outcomes you produce, and the income you make. Because until you take your personal power back, you can't change it. As long as it's on somebody outside of you, then they have the control on when that particular thing can change in your life. So just literally taking personal responsibility and stepping into your personal power can help you to get out of your own way significantly. So that'd be the first thing.
But it sounds easier said than done, right?
Oh, of course.
You have a lifetime of limiting beliefs. You have a lifetime of negative words you have said to yourself or people have said to you. It's a lifetime of that. And how just saying, hey, take control is not enough. There has to be some type of thing that allows someone to transform for real, or even have that desire to say, I want to be different. What is that?
It's really at the core of it is just awareness. It's the awareness
Mm-hmm.
of even knowing that, you know what, I am allowing myself to be subjected and under the power of what other people think about me. At the core, that's one of the biggest things that you can do is just understand that you're operating based upon what other people are thinking about you, what other people think about what you're doing, and what others are dictating about you, about what you can achieve and what you want. All of those things are coming from an external source. So that when we just having awareness, because you can only succeed to the level that you are aware. If you're not aware of these things going on, you can't do anything to change it. So that is a big thing that you can do, like right out of the gate, to put you back into your personal power, is realize that you're operating from what somebody else thinks about you and what you're doing. The moment you recognize that this is about other people, then you have the consciousness that you need to make a different decision.
All right, I want to stop for a second and say, you know what, Coach A.M. Williams, right? We don't talk enough about money in this world. Like people think, they'll go into a supermarket and pay whatever supermarket prices. They'll go into whatever clothing outlet or clothing thing and pay the thing. When it comes to you, you're a coach. You're world renowned. Everybody knows you. They pay their good prices. Talk about. I know it's not one of those conversations that a lot of people talk about or they don't want to say it. But what is an hour of your time worth?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't really charge by the hour, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
do it, more for about a month. And
Mm-hmm.
so, I mean, it could range anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 for the month, to do that. And I'm not saying that regard, just based upon what the client needs.
But the thing is, those type of numbers at times scare certain people to say that my time, what I know, my knowledge costs about $10,000 a month to get it.
Well,
How
here's the
can you?
thing. It's not so much of the knowledge, because what people really don't get about this whole thing is not that you're, first of all, you're not paying for information. What you're
Mm-hmm.
ultimately paying for is understanding and the wisdom that I've gained to be able to do this. So, for instance, you think about the various numbers of years that you've been doing what you've been doing, okay? And I'm pretty sure it exceeds 20 years. But in those 20 years, how much experience have you gained? How much things have you, been able to achieve, accomplish? Well, how many things have you learned? How much have you grown? How many pitfalls did you encounter that you had to get yourself out of? That also comes with your value. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not just the education, but the experience, the wisdom, the knowledge, the know-how that you've gained over the years that most people don't factor when they're talking about providing a solution or a product or service to a client. Like, what did you have to put in it? Because I'm a firm believer that people only fight you on things when it comes to prices. They only fight you on things they don't value.
Mm-hmm.
They don't value, because
Understand.
you don't ever see anybody arguing with Louis Vuitton. You never see anybody
Mm-hmm.
arguing with the Balenciaga. You never see anybody arguing with Rolls Royce. You don't see anybody arguing with Bentley about their costs. You don't see any price negotiating going on, because they understand the value that they bring to it. They understand what their value is. They get
Mm-hmm.
it. And if you're even on the lot, it's because of what you value. That's the only reason why you're here. So the reason why we encounter so much, why there's so much objections and rejection taking place in the marketplace, is because we're constantly trying to make people value something they don't value. But I promise you, if a person values a thing, as long as they value that thing, they're not going to fight you on it. You're going to stretch them. You're going to stretch them because you know what you're offering them, they may have never paid that for it before. They may have never done that. But if they value the transformation that your solution provides, as long as they value that transformation, they'll do it. They'll do it. It's because it's something that they want. Too many times we make it about us and, you know, what we're doing, and then somebody says no and we get offended over it or whatever else. But, you know, that's not my client. That's not my customer. My ideal client is not going to fight me on my pricing, because my solution provides a transformation for them that is extremely important to them. You know, I call it selling, as one of my mentors put it, selling money at a discount. If I had $100,000, Shelly, and I wanted to buy it from you, I'm going to sell it to you for $10,000. How many times a day would you do that transaction with me?
Hey, let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going, right? And so it is when it comes to the value conversation, because what you provide should be exponentially more in value than what you take in payment. So as long as you do that, and you know that what you're providing them significantly exceeds what it is that you're providing in your cost or your charge for what it is that you're doing, then you have every great reason. As long as you know that you're doing the right thing for people and you're putting it in a way that they can actually see the value of what it is that you're offering them, then you have less resistance in that area. Because I promise you, you know, there are people that will go and put $500, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 in things, knowing that, you know, these other things that they have to do, they'll buy what they want and then beg for what they need. Why? Because value. They value this thing. They value the way that purchase makes them feel. And so it really doesn't matter how outlandish or whatever it is. It's because they value it. They will step up and pay for it. And that's
So
any product or service, anything.
So you communicate the value of what you do. So
Always.
have you ever had a moment where you were in your own way? And what did you do to get out, if you ever did?
Always. I mean, yeah. I mean, there are things, even now, 15 years later, there are still places where I can get in my own way. It just never really goes away, but the awareness increases. And when you realize, man, I'm in my own way. And one of the best ways to stay out of your own way is to make sure you hire a coach or a mentor, because they can see things that you can't. So I'll just say that. But yeah, I mean, even when it came to, you know, things of this nature, I was like, you know, I wanted to be able to make more money in what I was doing, but my financial commitment was not at the same level of what I was asking other people to pay me for it. So it's like this. The greatest question my coach asked me was, would you pay what you're charging people? Would you do that? And I had to take a hard look at it, because if I wouldn't pay it myself, how could I expect somebody else to pay it? So the key to that, to get out of your own way, is always invest at the level that you want to attract. Always invest at the level that you want to attract. If you want a high ticket client, make sure you're investing in yourself high ticket, because that makes it so much easier to do. And you have so much, it's so much easier for you to communicate the price of what it is that you're doing, because you know in and of yourself, I paid that myself and I know what it did for me. So therefore I know what this can do for you. I know what investing in yourself looks like at this level, and I have no problem. You know, I want to share it with you because I know what it did for me. Okay. So it's like a personal testament to it. But if you're not invested in it, then you shouldn't expect anybody else to do it either.
Absolutely. So you did it, you get over your hurdles, and you talk about investment, but what if your inner says, I'm ready to have a high ticket client, or I'm ready for this transformation. I'm ready to get out of my way. However, you can't get blood out of a you can't get blood out of a turnip. Isn't that what they say? You can't get a dollar if there's no dollars. How can we wrap our minds around saying I want to invest in this high ticket coaching or this way to get myself out of this? Like, I know at the end of this road, if I pay $500, if I pay $10,000, I know if I do all these particular steps, I know that I will get a payday. I know that after that, with the right programs, the right strategies, I will get it. But how do I wrap my mind around that? The fact that I don't have lunch money. I don't have money. How do you wrap your head around not having it to even do it?
You know, there's a scripture in the Bible that says, the truth that you know will make you free.
Okay.
The truth that you know. And one of the biggest reasons why people struggle with money situations is because they don't know the truth about it.
Mm.
They don't know the truth about it.
Talk
You
about
see,
that truth. We talk about some money. Talk about the truth about that money. Hey.
money is energy. Money's not this paper that you have. That's not money. Okay? What we attach to that piece of paper is what makes it so strong. But money is energetic. Okay? Let me tell you something else. Money is an effect. It's not a cause. So when people say I don't have enough money, they say I lack money. And that's the problem. No. The lack of money is not a problem. The lack of money is a symptom. If you have a cough, the prognosis is not you have a cough. The cough is a symptom of something going on inside of you. Not outside of you, inside of you. And so what many of us really don't understand is that we are creative beings. Okay? And much of what we call problems are of our own doing. They become they're problems because of the meaning we're attaching to it. It's not a problem. It doesn't become a problem until the meaning you attach to it. You see, where somebody may say, okay, I don't have the money, and so therefore I can't do a thing. That's a lot like letting the tail wag the dog. Okay? When you could say, well, I want to do this thing, so I don't have the money, but maybe money's not what I need. Maybe what I need is to leverage a relationship. Maybe what I need to do is leverage how I could add value in this area to get and exchanged and create what I need. So here's the thing. When it comes to problem, is my mentor just said last week, he said, you're a creative being. And the problem you have, you created it. But here's the beauty of it. If you created the problem problem is within you. And so is the solution.
So, listen, we from the, some of us, may have grown up in poverty, and this kind of talk doesn't happen, right? So I hear you, go find a solution. You could be the solution, but in regular terms, that's still not saying, like, what are some strategies? And I understand we can leverage some things. We can leverage our relationships. We can leverage our knowledge. We can leverage, listen, somebody will exchange some type of dollars or cents with you in something. What are some strategies to actually get it? Because I know you have a workshop coming up that's going to help people get to that point, and they may need the money to get into the workshop, and it may seem so far-fetched for some people. Some people don't see this the way I may see it, you may see it, because they haven't been exposed to it.
Well, a lot of the times I tell people, and this, when I met my mentor several years ago, he told me that he said this, and I did not get it for years. But it's the most truest thing, one of the truest things I've ever heard. He said, you don't need the money. You just need to make a decision. You don't even need the money right now. What you need to do is make a decision. Remember, the truth that you know makes you free. If you're a creative being, then you have the power to create whatever it is that you need. Once you make the decision and you make it off of intention, when you make an intention to say, I'm going to do this particular thing, and making intentions is nothing new for us. It's nothing new for us. I don't know how to make the intention to get the money, but you know how to make the intention to go to the concert. But you know how to make the intention to go to on the vacation. But you know how to make the intention to go buy that car. But you know how to make the intention to go buy that dress or that, whatever, or those shoes. You make the intention to do that. All truth parallels. It's a principle that works for anything that you want. So you have to make an intention for it. Once you make an intention for it, then you commit. And we do this all the time. Oh, I'm not going to miss that show. I'm not going to miss homecoming. I'm going to be there. Okay? Mm-hmm. And that's something that's going to provide something that is of value to you. Okay? And because you value it, you're going to do the things that you got to do to get there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so it is in life. It's a crazy concept when we think about it, because more people are more intentional about investing in things to escape their life than they do investing in things to make their life better. So they're quick to oh, I'll make the plan to go on a vacation that I have to come back from, but they won't make the investment into themselves to create a consistent stream of income that moves them to a better quality of life, where they can take those kind of vacations more frequently.
Understood. Let me ask you this. It's personal. Have you ever been broke in your life?
Oh, of course. Yeah, I have. But once I raised my level of awareness, I've never been broke another day in my life. Keep in my understanding, money is an effect.
Mm-hmm.
It's an effect, much like success. It's an effect. People think that success is the car, the house, the big bank account. That's not success. That's the effect of success.
Mm.
That's what success affords you the ability to do. Money is an effect. What's the cause? Exchange. Exchange. If you want to grow your money, create exchange. Provide something of value to someone else that values what you offer more than the money they have in their pocket. If you do that, you will create more money for yourself. We have the power to do it. But telling ourselves, because the way we've been trained about how money is created, creates more limitations for us than anything else. It's the way we've been taught about what money is and how we can get it that jacks us up. That's how we end up with jobs that we have to work 10 or 15, 20, 30, 40 years at 40 hours, that only to get a retirement that pays us 40% of what even wasn't enough in the first place. That's how we end up working the majority of our lives doing something that is unfulfilled, because we were taught that the money is created by exchanging your most precious resource for it. So trade the majority of your time for a little bit of money. But when you get it right in your head, what you're able to do is to exchange your money to get a lot more of your time. Mm-hmm. So but money is an effect. It's not the cause of anything. It's the effect. And so when you make decisions based off money, that's a lot like saying, well, I'm waiting for the thunder to roll so I can figure out whether it's going to rain. Absolutely makes no sense. Mm-hmm. You it's the whole chicken or the egg, which comes first. And so when we begin to understand that money is an effect, then what's the cause that creates the effect? Once we learn how to think on the right side of the equation, we can get a better result. But until we think on the right side of the equation, we can't get the result that we're after.
Wow. I want to acknowledge that I see somebody, I know I don't have my glasses on, but I just saw broke, the acronym for broke, being robbed of knowledge every day. I love that. I love that acronym right there. Broke, being robbed of knowledge every day.
Yeah.
So what are some things that we can do to get our mindsets in the place? Is there something we should read, something we should do to get us our mindsets? Because I want to talk about your workshop that's coming up so that people can actually get to it. So, but they may have to change their mind first to even, decide that they need to get to it.
Well, this is how I was taught when I became a believer, a Christian.
Mhm.
You don't try to clean yourself up to come to church.
Facts.
You come to
Mhm.
church as you are.
Right.
And through growing in God, you get cleaned up. Too many people are trying to clean fish before they catch it. Okay? When it comes to getting your mind right, if you could do it before you get there, you've already done it. You would have, if you could do it by yourself, you would have already done it.
Hmm.
And so when it comes to that, the first thing and the biggest thing I would tell a person, the best thing to do to get out of your own way is stop focusing so much on what you're doing and what you have, and put your sole focus on who you're being.
Mm.
Focus on who you're being. Think about what it is that you desire and be honest with yourself. I'm going to tell you to do something that most people in your life won't tell you to do. Think about what you want. Not what you want for your kids, not what you want for your spouse. Think about what you want for yourself and be honest about it. And observe, how many times do you judge it before you even write it down? What do you really want? What do you really want? And give yourself permission to do that, to look at what you really want. Then secondly, ask yourself, what does that give me? That thing I want, those things I want. What does it give me that's important to me? What do those things give me that's important to me?
Mm-hmm.
Number three, how will I know when I've got them?
Ooh.
How might my life be different once it's manifested in my life? What will I be able to do that I can't do today? And last but not least, number four, who do I need to become to make this real in my life? Because the key is behaving at the equivalent of the person that you desire to be.
Mm.
So simply put, if you want to be a multimillionaire, then behave at the equivalent. Think, speak, and act at the equivalent of the person that you desire to be. Because
Mm-hmm.
nobody can keep you from doing that. Nobody can keep you from thinking like I'm a multimillionaire. Nobody can keep you from speaking I'm a multimillionaire. And nobody can keep you from acting like a multimillionaire. Well, what does acting like a multimillionaire look like? Well, look at what broke people do and stop doing it.
Facts. Oh, if I was in a DJ club, I'd go, "Brr, brr, brr, brr." No, I'm just playing. Brr, 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 brr.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. It's like you look, and whatever that needs to look like. If it needs to look like, you know what, I'm gonna cut an
Mhm.
hour back, and I'm gonna read a book when I would have been looking at a TV show. Let me tell you,
Mhm.
one of the quotes I heard in a book is that people are desperate to be unconscious. They are constantly trying to run away from themselves. So how do they do that? They overload on TV. They overload in music. They overload in noise, social media. They do anything to keep them from looking at their own lives.
Ooh.
So if you want to become this person, start paying more attention to you. Start investing in yourself. You don't even have to go out and buy tape series anymore. You can take YouTube and sit and listen in that hour and get all kinds of motivation from people that you can't afford to pay. You can get tons of stuff. You can invest in yourself by buying a book, attending a conference, a webinar, a training, invest in a coach. You're worth it. You're worth it. You bought the things you bought because you bought them to make yourself feel better about you. Well, why not invest in something that's going to help you create that life that you want? One of the best ways to get out of your own way and step into true flow is being in alignment with what you desire.
Mm.
If you desire a better life, then get alignment with what you desire and let that desire lead you. Let the desire lead you. We know about the moth and the flame, right? But the moth desired the flame so much, it wanted to be one with it so much that it was willing to abandon life as it knew it to be one with what it desired.
Mm.
When it comes to your dreams, do you desire it so much that you're willing to abandon life the way you know it to be one with it? Are you willing to abandon life as you know it to be one with what you truly desire? Do you want to be a multimillionaire so much that you're willing to abandon life as you know it to be one with it? Do you want to be healthy so much that you are willing to abandon life as you know it to be one with what you desire?
Mm.
You see? And that's the true key. One of the best ways to get out of your own way is let your desires lead you. Let your desires lead you. Be one with it. Behave, think, behave, and act, speak at the equivalent of the person that you want. I'm not saying do one thing that they might do. I'm saying make it a point to do everything the way the person that you desire to be would do it. And if you don't know what they would do, then go find out. Go find out. Put yourself in the room to become more like that person. Invest in yourself. Train under people who can help you to help you achieve what it is that you want. Hire a coach that won't take your BS, that will hold your feet to the fire of your commitment to make sure you do what you say you want to do. Get real, get intentional about what you truly want, because there are so many people that are casual about their dreams and they're living a nightmare as the alternative. When you get real about what it is that you want and what you want to achieve to the degree that you will think, act, and speak at the equivalent of the person that you desire to be, now you're ready to change. There are a lot of people that say, I want to be wealthy. But until you have the ability to put out money without worrying about how it's going to come back, you're not ready to be wealthy. Because wealthy people don't worry about how the money's coming back when they spend it.
Mm.
Behave at the equivalent of the person you desire to be. Think,
Right.
act, and speak at the equivalent. If you want to be wealthy, stop saying I'm broke. If you want to be a successful business person, stop telling yourself how much you're not. If you want to be healthy, stop talking about how unhealthy you are. And stop doing unhealthy things. Behave at the equivalent of the person that you desire. And it will significantly transform your life.
If you didn't get anything, behave at the equivalent of what you desire in your life. Behave at the equivalent of the desire you want in your life. And the desire you want in your life, the millionaires I know are not watching TV all day or not just scrolling social media all day. They are literally 100% doing income generating things or mind generating things. So talk about your workshop coming up so they can have a chance to act at the equivalent of what they want, because you're gonna teach this plus.
Yeah, so the workshop that I have is called Address Your BS. Okay. People hear that and they're like, oh my gosh, like, really? My BS? And when you hear that, you think about a lot of things. But what I'm really speaking to are the limitation patterns that cause us to sabotage our own growth and success. You know, we have limitate. There are things that, you know, if you just took a inventory of the last 10 years of your life, of something you told yourself you were going to do for the last 10 years, but you never got it done.
Oh.
What you will find is a common pattern. And every time you don't do it, you're teaching yourself not to trust yourself. Every time you break a commitment to yourself, you're teaching yourself not to trust yourself. The problem with that is we want people to trust us when we don't even trust ourselves. Okay? And so a lot of the times why people self-sabotage is because they don't trust themselves to do it. And the reason why is because they taught themselves not to trust themselves. Okay? What Address Your BS it helps you to do is to break out of those limitation patterns, to break out of those things that cause you to look at yourself and say, I'm not enough. Address Your BS helps you to break through those limitation patterns and help you to step into a realm of possibilities where you're able to achieve all that you've even imagined. So we address such BS as blind spots, backstories, busy schedules, business sales or the lack of, okay, belief systems, basic suppositions. And we help you design a solid breakthrough strategy so that you can pivot in your strategy and put yourself on the right track where you're aligned with what you desire and step into the flow of everything that it actually gives you. So Address Your BS workshop is a 3-day workshop happening as of next week, October the 26th through the 28th, from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 3 days. 3 days. Give me 3 days, and I will shift you from bound to boss in just 3 days to help you become outstandingly strategic and systematic with leverage, showing you how to position yourself to achieve far more than you could ever do on your own and step into a realm where everything that you desire is possible so that you can operate at your highest level and achieve your highest aims. And that's not hyperbole. I've been doing this for years and got countless testimonials and do it. I invite your audience to go to aybsworkshop.com, aybsworkshop.com, and check it out for yourself. Look at you got plenty of information there on the workshop. There are plenty of testimonials up there as well. And you can register for that upcoming workshop. This is what I'm going to tell you. Here's the thing. People may say, oh, that costs a lot of money. And I say, compared to what? You've been telling yourself you want to be a millionaire for the last 10 years. It's cost you 10 years. Can you afford to pay 10 more years not to be that? So the cost of this transformation is only a fraction of what it can yield you. So if you're really serious about wanting to be able to do it, make sure that you reach out to am@coachamwilliams.com. And I would love to talk with you, share with you how we can get you into this course. Because listen, when it comes to value, money should never be an issue, because cost is only an issue in the absence of value. So go to aybsworkshop.com, register for that workshop, and prepare yourself to be able to break through these limitation patterns. If you're ready to step through it, now's the time. If you're not ready, this is not for you. And that's really okay, but make a decision. Make a decision. Now's the time to do this, or I'm not ready to do this. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself about it. But if you're feeling it and you're getting that urge, then there is something in you. There's a greater you in you that's saying, I want to live. and it's time for it to allow it to be at full expression, a greater expression than what is happening right now. Yield to your desire and let it lead you, and we're going to help you to make it real.
Awesome, amazing. AYBSworkshop.com. If it's for you, it's for you. You just got to know what it is. Do you feel the calling? But I appreciate your time. I love listening to you and your knowledge 100%. I am getting ready to go on a series, my 30 interviews in 30 days. But this time, it is all about knowledge. It's going to be give the gift of knowledge. You know, the holiday season is coming up and everybody wants to go get the new phones, the new sneakers, the new this. Why not give the gift of knowledge? And I'm going to have coaches, consultants, and authors that are here to give you knowledge starting November 1st. So this was like the inspiration that everyone needed. I'm sorry, it's not entertainment. It is not, hey, we're not sitting here rapping to you, singing to you, but you can feel good with a rap song and singing, but what about that knowledge that's going to take you to that next level? And listen, that's what I'm about. That's what I've been about. That's how I got to where I'm going. Even in the music business, I still was on my grind and learning. So give the gift of knowledge. That is the 30 interviews in 30 days series. So I'm hoping you come back because, you know, that knowledge that you be giving, you know, you be having people focus, man.
Most definitely. And again, I always enjoy being able to have conversations with you. Thank you so much for inviting me on here and having the opportunity for you and I to create something magical for your audience. You bring so much to people, Shelly. You bring so much to people, and what you provide is so valuable because people couldn't get to touch the kind of people that you talk to any other way. You are a very valuable source and resource for so many people. And I just want to thank you. Thank you for the light
Thank
that you
you.
bring to the world. Thank you for allowing your light to shine. Thank you not just talking about things and being in theory about things, but actually demonstrating what it truly means to be a person of impact and influence. And you're a blessing. You're a gift to this world, and
Thank
continue to
you.
let your light shine.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everything you do. And everybody, go to aybsworkshop.com. If it's for you, it's for you. But it's your time. Don't go out there and get the next vacation. Go out there and get the next breakthrough. Don't go out there and get the next bag. Go get out to get the next breakthrough. And don't go out to the next restaurant if that's what you do. You know, take some of that money that you're spending here, and here, and put it into something that's going to take your life, your business, whatever you do to the next level. And not just go to work 9 to 5. Go to work 9 to 5, work in your 9 to 5, fund the dream, and all that good stuff. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Coach A.M. Williams, go follow him on Instagram as well as go to the website, which is aybsworkshop.com. Address your BS. I got some BS, man. I'll be going through it sometimes. Sometimes my negative self-talk gets the better of me. But however, that one day we're going to keep on going. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. I would love to. This is awesome, amazing opportunity, Shelly, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. So
Yes,
we
I'm
got you. So
excited.
this is awesome. But thank you so much for it. It's been an amazing time, and what I would tell people is to remember this. This you didn't just stumble across this. You may thought, man, I didn't have anything to do, and I just saw this, and let me see what Shelly's doing. But no, really, this was a call. This was a call. This was a call, not like just a phone call. This was a call to greatness for each and every one of you. It was a call to greatness. That's not even the most exciting part about this. The most exciting part about this is determining or depending how you choose to respond to this call could transform your life forever. So the call has been made. The only question is, are you going to answer?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful evening, and everybody, if you hearing the call, go ahead and answer the call. I know what I want in my life. I know I want to manifest that multi-million-dollar lifestyle. It's not even about the lifestyle for me, really. It is, and I enjoy my life. I'm not trying to escape a life because I love my life. But I just want to make sure I scale and grow because you know what? I want to play a little bit, and I've been working so hard all my life. I'm ready to play a little bit. So scaling and growing can help me play a little bit.
Exactly. That's the key to it. That's what creates the freedom, fortune, and flexibility. The ability to put these things in order, and now all of a sudden you start living the dream rather than just dreaming it. Live it. It's so
Absolutely.
much
Oh, you
better.
know what I didn't tell you? Guess on Monday, you know what? You talking about getting in rooms and surrounding yourself with people. I was a guest lecturer at Temple University. I
Wow.
mean, literally, it was mind blowing to be a guest lecturer at Temple University. I was able to speak on what I do for a living, which is social media marketing, which most people don't know. They just think I'm all entertainment, all, TV media, which I love TV media, but social media is what I do and what I love, and I continue to do it. But yes, guest lecturer at the school I once failed. You can't tell me God ain't good. I failed in that school, and then I went on to another school, but I was able to guest lecture at this school. I am so
Hey,
amazed. Thank you. Thank you
what does
so
the
much
scripture
again.
tell us? The scripture says that the stone that the building once rejected has now become the head of the cornerstone. So then you find yourself teaching in a place that you couldn't even afford to learn.
Exactly, exactly. And that's how it all turns around. Thank you to Kingdom Social Media, the crew I roll with. So thank you so much. I can't wait to ever see everybody get to what they want.
Yeah,
And make sure they align with what they want and do that. You know what I mean? You want the $1 million, go after it. Don't just talk about it, be about it. Don't just
yeah,
watch the people, do it. Don't always watch them learn knowledge and stop watching TV so much. Unless you finished
exactly,
all your work.
exactly. God bless.
All
Have
right.
a great evening.
Thanks, you too. See you later.
All right. Bye bye.
All right. I hope you enjoyed, everybody. Listen, I want to make sure everybody knows that on Saturday, we are coming back with Single on the Saturday night at TGI Fridays, 4000 City Ave. I need you to spread the word. Make sure our 10th season is amazing at TGI Fridays on 4000 City Ave. Tell the people that we're coming back with Single on a Saturday night. And it doesn't matter. It's Single on a Saturday. It doesn't matter whether you're married in a situationship and all that good stuff. It doesn't matter. We're just talking about relationships. That's it. We're talking about what this, what that, how to grow, how to get better in your relationship. So that is this Saturday at 1 p.m. at TGI Fridays, 4000 City Ave. And I am grateful for everybody, my team. Go ahead. The real Kay Bailey, Catrice Bailey is on the line. She'll be there on Saturday, as well as David Scott, Nikki Phelps. And the homegirl Hattie, Chatty Hattie, will be in the building on Saturday. Roberto Lopez. And we're actually having a fashion show on Saturday. So make sure you are at TGI Fridays on 4000 City Ave this Saturday, 1 o'clock. Make sure you share it. If y'all really down with me, y'all really cool with us, share it. Thank you to the people who have Red Snapper in the building. Shout out to Crystal who has shared it. Shout out to Real Kay Bailey who has shared it. Everybody who has shared the message. I share your stuff, so share my stuff because on Saturday I want to make sure we have at least 100 people in the building. I need 100 people in the building at TGI Fridays. I want to make sure that people is just bursting out of that joint. So tell some people TGI Fridays this Saturday. I need y'all there. Single on a Saturday night has been on for 10 years. 10 years. And next month, I wanted to talk to you, Frank. I talked to Mike earlier. Next month, I want to have y'all on as the guest. But come on out and celebrate with us and have fun with us. But next month, I want to have y'all on as the guest. But we need about 100 We need about 100 people there in the building because they're doubting because we've been on a break because of COVID that we can't bring the people out. So I have never asked anybody to do anything they didn't want to do. But when I tell you this show has been on for 10 years and we're just talking, we're just sitting here chatting, we're just sitting here doing it up, talking about relationships. And our topic is hurt people, hurt people. We all been through some stuff. It ain't just about whether you have a boo or not. You could just have a friend you used to have, friend of me. I don't know, but we're going to have fun. Fashion show, talking, karaoke. We don't forget that right after we start talking, we start doing some karaoke. So it's going to be a great time. 10 years of this. I spent 10 years as well as my team, Catrice Bailey and David Scott. I have a whole team that has been doing this with me for 10 years, and we're introducing Hattie, a.k.a. Hatasha Rogers. So I can't wait to see y'all. Don't forget, share the message. Share the message. Share it. Single on a Saturday night. You heard all them shout-outs. Kevin Hart done gave us a shout-out. Angela Simmons, Vanessa Simmons, JoJo Simmons, Rough Ends. They done gave us shout-outs because we've been in the game for a minute. We will be back with the jump-off this Saturday, 1 o'clock. Yeah. So y'all have a good night. Y'all have a good night. And congratulations. She said, Catrice, did you get my inbox? I DM'd you some pictures. And congratulations to Frank Picard. He won the celebrity boxing match against my bull, Mike Davis. I was supposed to be, I'm on the winning team, but Frank against Mike. Frank won. So shout out to the celebrity boxing, everybody who was at the celebrity boxing match. We had an amazing, fun time, but congratulations to you, Mr. Frank, who won the belt. That was the most exciting match of the night. Frank against Mike. Shout out to Trizzy the Mouse. Shout out to oh my gosh, Bandit the Rapper. Shout out to Supreme, Hazel. Of course, Emilio Sparks was in the building. Anybody I forgot? We just had a good time. Mark Mills. We had a good time on Saturday. So I can't wait to highlight them next month when they come. But if we don't get 100 people in the building this Saturday, you know what I mean? They may not let us come back because they think we done lost our flavor, but we ain't lose nothing, right? We just gonna be manifesting because, this is just something I do because God told me to. That's what it is. It's not for money, not for anything, because I got other projects to be working on. So make sure you're there Saturday, TGI Fridays, 1 p.m. Single on a Saturday at 1 o'clock at TGI Fridays, 4000 City Ave. We in the building, y'all. Yo, we're going to have fun. You are so welcome, Frank. I can't wait to, she said she's looking now. Real K Bailey. Legacy Entertainment, you said you're going to be there. Thank you so much. And Cancer Slaying RV, listen, I wish you were here. One day we're going to take a road trip. Vaughn, I see you here. Raynell, I see you here. DJ Focus. Matthew is in the building. Matthew, 100%. I know I will see you on Saturday. Tell some people to tell some people. We need 100 people in the building. Yeah. Yeah. That's what we need. 100 people in the building. I'm tripping now, but anyway, I'm hot and I'm gonna go. So thank you so much for being here. I pray and I hope that you got some knowledge, and don't forget to go to Address Your BS, which is AYBSworkshop.com. All right, peace out, y'all. I will see you Saturday at 1 o'clock at TGI Fridays on City Line Avenue. Boom.